Okay, good morning to all. Today's class we will be discussing cutting cycle, loops, and subprogram. Okay, so you see here I have given you mobile app for CNC codes. If you want, you can install and you can check all the codes. Okay, cutting cycle, we have already discussed drilling cycle, milling cycle, etc. So in this example, I am showing you the drilling cycle. Means you can make n number of drilling. Okay, this option is available for a CNC machine tool. Okay, so this is G81 is a drilling cycle. G80 will cancel the cycle. Okay, it's a canned cycle, you can say. Right. So this is the diagram. Here I wanted to create the three different holes. The location, the center of each hole is given in the picture itself. This point, the lowermost point, this point is considered 0, 0 origin. Okay. So how the cycle works, let us see here. So the here this is about tool G90 is absolute coordinate system, etc. So tool compensation, it is spindle speed rotation, okay, clockwise, and here tool length compensation. Okay, so these are all very standard definition you have to give before starting a program. And here Z value is 3. This means your job will be fixed on device somewhere here. Okay, job and your tool. So this is not a proper diagram. I want to make a horizontal line, but it is malfunctioning. Okay, so this is my tool, drilling tool. Okay, this drilling tool is here. This distance, okay, this distance is 3 mm. Means we are keeping the tool very closer to the surface of the workpiece. This is thickness of the job, you can say, thickness of the job. The top view is given in this diagram. Okay, here this is the reference point. So the initial condition G54 is work offset. Work offset in the sense we are setting this particular point as origin 0, 0. Okay, is that 0 in the sense this tool drill bit will come down and kept at a distance of 3 mm from the surface. This is what up to this very standard. Let us discuss how cutting cycle works. Okay, G81 means we are calling the drilling cycle, calling drilling cycle. G99 is drill, the reference plane we are setting it out here. Means every drill, after completing every drill, the tool position is set by this command. In this case, R value is 3. Means first drill is after completion of the first drill, the drill bit will be retracted and kept at a distance of 3 mm from the surface of the workpiece. That value you are setting in. For every completion of every hole, it will be kept, the tool will be kept 3 mm away from the surface of the tool. That value is set by this G99. And G91, we know that it is a incremental coordinate system. Every time, so incremental in the sense, if tool is here, I am giving X value 20 and Y value 20. With respect to this particular point, tool will go to this place. From here to here, it is 20 units. Okay, this is like this. Here X value is 20, here Y value is 20. Okay, if the tool is positioned at this location, if you give X value 20, Y value 20, tool will move to this location. So incremental coordinate system we are using. So X20, Y20, while this command is in execution, what happens? From this location, tool will move to this place. First, drill, I mean, the from home position to this place, the drill bit will move. Next, this is referring to after completion of the first hole, it is retracted 3 mm away. This reference point is set by using G99 and Z is equal to 200. What does it mean is the depth of cut. Okay, supposing this is 18 mm thickness, let us take example case, 18 mm thickness. I am penetrating this tool 20 mm so that 20 mm so that I can make a complete drill. Okay, through hole I can make. That is what the depth of cut is given by the Z coordinate value, which is negative direction. And K, this value defines number of repetitions. Number of repetitions in the sense, how many times this particular block is to be executed. That is defined by K is equal to 3. In this case, our intention is to make 3 drillings. Therefore, K value is set as 3. Here F, feed rate. feed rate of the spindle and the XY table movement, same, fixes 100. M08, we know that it is a coolant on. Coolant is switched on. Okay, so this particular block will be executed 3 times. So first time the hole will be made at this location, first location. Next, we have used the incremental coordinate system G91. Second time execution will make the tool to move to the center point of hole number 2, because we are using incremental. From this position, 20 units in X, 20 units in Y, so that it will be moving this place. Okay, again a drill will be made. After completion of the drill, the tool bit will be kept 3 mm away from the surface, because we set the reference point as 3. R is 3. Okay, next time execution, it will go to the center point of this one. Since we are using the incremental coordinate system, a drill will be made here, and it is over, because a k is equal to 3 drilling is done. Once this value is over, it will read the next block, which is cancel. We are canceling the drilling cycle, means no more the cycle will be in action. After this, we are giving G00. G00 means rapid movement. G90 is absolute coordinate system, Z100. So this will make that the tool is moving away from the surface of the workpiece by 100 mm. Okay, then spindle stop. M30 is spindle stop or program stop. You can stop it and you can remove the workpiece. So likewise, cutting cycle for counter boring operation and thread cutting, there are n number of cycles available in CNC machine tool. So next discussion is on conditioning and looping. Okay, so this is very popular. Unconditional jump, this point is used, go to. If this, for instance, you see this is block number 100. Here n go to 120 means what happens? After reading this value, the program will go to this block. From here straight away it will go to this block without checking any condition. So this is an unconditional jump. Go to is an unconditional jump. Next, if condition you can use. If, for instance, here if 100, so this hash followed by a number, hash 100 you can write, hash 1000 or 1050. These are all the memory locations. Hash followed by number is referring to memory location. Here you can store any value. Means 100th memory location, the value 5 will be stored. Okay, it is acting as a variable. You can store any value. So depending on the make, you may have 4,000 location or 40,000 location, memory locations. Okay, in this case, hash 100 is a memory location where you can store 5. Suppose in this case, the value will be 5. So in computer programming like C, C++, etc., we will be checking the condition, right? We will be using values greater than, less than, etc. we will be using. In this case, we will be using 4 conditions. EQ is referring to equal to. Equal to. Okay, what happens? This value will not be valid in CNC code. Therefore, we are writing EQ. Okay, if content of memory location 100 is equal to 0, a set of instruction will be executed. In this case, this becomes false. It is not equal. Therefore, go to 110 means the block number N110, something will be written. So straight away the controller will go to this place. If it is false, it will go here. If it is true, the set of instruction, whatever you are writing here, will be executed. It is a conditional branching. So here the conditions you have to write in a square bracket. There is a one condition, square bracket you have to write. Okay, this is a variable you can store in the memory location. Equal to is given by EQ, not equal to is given by NE, GT is greater than, GE is greater than or equal, LT is less than, LE is less than or equal to. These are all the conditions, comparative statements. I mean, comparing two variables, you can use all these expressions. Okay, this is also very popular, while, do while function. Here, hash 1 means memory location 100, the value 1 is stored, while It's a condition statement. You can check the condition, whatever condition you want, you can write. You observe this, it is written in a square bracket. Hash 100 is less than or equal to 5. This condition is true. Now, the initial iteration, it will be 1, it is true. Then what happened? Whatever written here will be executed. Okay, at the end, it is a counter, it will be incremented. So for loop, for I is equal to 1 to n, do this. While in the within the loop, you will be incrementing the variable I is equal to I plus 1, right? The same expression you can use. Hash 100 is equal to hash 100 plus 1. Means now, after execution of this, memory location 100 will have value 2. Right? It's a for incrementing the value, this expression is used. Right? Next time, here it will be 2, it will be less than, so it will be executed. Now it will become 3. Likewise, until it becomes false, this loop will be executed. Okay, let us say that one point of time, this value will become 6, less than or equal to 5. Condition is false. Then what happens? It will read this. Here the value is 1, here the value is 1. Okay, so without executing this set of instructions, the controller will go to here. Means it will end the loop, the next line will be executed. So this is how the do while loop is working. Okay, so nested loop also we can have. In this case, 3 nested loop is used. This is first loop executed. After execution of this will be done, and this will be the third one. You can write nested loop also. So it's a simple example. Do loop, how it works. You can see that loop counter is set to 1. Okay, CNC program blocks, increment the variable by 1. If the counter value exceeds the maximum value, it's a check, conditional check. If it is yes, end the program, or else go, repeat. The loop continues. Okay, this is how the do loop works. Here, a simple example I have given in this slide. Our intention is to make 5 different holes. Okay, 5 different holes at equally spaced. Here it is 1 mm. Okay, this is 1 mm or 1 inches. I think it is CGS unit. It is 1 inch. This is 1 inch. 1 inch. Okay, equally spaced, all 5 holes. Now you can use this loop. N25 is referring to a cycle. Okay, n number of time you can use. So here the syntax is G25. You can give x and y coordinate value, x value and y coordinate value. If required, z also you can give. And P, this is referring to the starting block. Say I can write that N100. This is ending block, N150. Means 150 block number 100 to block number 150 will be executed. And Li is defining to number of times. In this case, I wanted to create 5 holes, therefore I can set 5 repetitions. So this is the syntax. By using this, you can make drills, n number of drills. Okay, it is a very simple example. So the how it works is, first I am making a small hole, then I am using a higher diameter drill bit, so that I am making the another drill. Okay, counter boring also I am doing. So that is the objective. So the first part alone we are going to discuss, means how it works. The initial conditions up to this remain same. I mean, tool selection, number of speed, make the spindle to rotate particular RPM, etc. Okay, these are all set here. Okay, so this is tool length compensation value. Everything is set, cool and on, this one. Here, let us start from this particular point. Okay, G99 is defining the reference plane. After making one drill, how much distance you want to keep the drill bit. That is defined by G99. In this case, G99 value is how much? 0. It means it has to be very closer to the surface, very close to the surface. Okay, reference point. Okay, now it will move to G81 is we are calling the cycle, drilling cycle. Okay, G81 is drilling cycle we are calling in. X.5 Y1 means it will go to this place. Your drill bit will go this particular place, and Z is minus 0.162. All values are in inches. Okay, inches. So this drill is made. This drill is made. Okay. Next, the loop begins here. G25 means the cycle loop initialization. P0 P means the starting block. Q is ending block. Here starting block and ending block are same. This particular line will be executed 5 times. 5 times. Okay, so you may be wondering that here we once this drill is made, we have to make 4 different drills. Okay, so the first time execution it will be set as 1. Therefore, when it becomes 5, you can make another 4 drills. That is the meaning. Okay, you can write that the C programming, you will be writing I is equal to 0 to 3. How many times it will be executed? 4 times. Okay, 0 is the first counter, 0, 1, 2, 3. Therefore, the loop will be executed 4 times. If I write that when I is equal to 1, 2, 3, in this case, how many times? It will be executed 3 times. Something like that. Okay, so here the initial time value is 1, therefore 4 holes you can make. All right, so this is the initialization of G25. And next, G91 is incremental coordinate system, means from this present position, increase X value 1. I mean, X will be 1, means Y value remains same, Y remains same, Y remains same. Okay, so Y remains same, so that you will be moving along this line. Okay, this line, second drill will be done here, counter is incremented, again here, again here, again here. So once it is over, you can stop the drilling cycle. Stop the drilling cycle here and coolant off. Other things, you can insert the drill bit to move to its home position and you can stop the program. So this is all. So our discussion here is focusing on do loop, how it works, this particular line, and how many times you are inviting, how the initialization of the variable is done. This is what our discussion. Once this set of holes are made, you have to change the tool, because this is smaller size hole. The next I wanted to make a bigger size hole by using half-inch drill. Half-inch drill. Okay, the CGS system is used here. So a bigger diameter drill bit is taken and again the holing is done. This is a repeated same time. Okay, tool alone changed. Next thing is sub programming. What is that? You will have a main program like this, main program. Okay, whenever the controller reads this particular block, M98 is referring to the subprogram call. Means this is the program number. P followed by the number is program number. This you can define whether you want to make n number of jobs. How many times you want to repeat? You want to call the subprogram. That is defined by this. If this value is 5 in the sense, 5 times the subprogram will be called in. Okay, once this line is read, what happens? The controller will move to the subprogram. So this number, this is the program number. Some instruction given, whatever operation you wanted to, you can perform. Once it is over, you can write that M99, means subprogram end. After reading this, what happens? Subprogram is end. The controller will move to the immediately next to this line, next to M99 line. Here it will move and it is executed. Why this is required? The question is why this is required. Now I am having a very long job like this, something like this. It's an example case. It's not real example case. I can say here. Okay, I want to do some operation here. Let us take a parting off of this particular part. 1, 2, 3, and 4. I want to cut 4 different pieces. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 different cases. Okay, here what I need to do is I am holding this in a job. In the jug. I am making it to revolve at particular RPM. Okay, I am having 2 different tools here. Tool number 1, tool number 2. Tool number 2. First tool will do facing alone. So I have to bring it down. I have to do facing with the help of this tool 1. I have to do facing. Once facing is done, this is parting off, means cutting. This is say to T2, second 2. Okay, it has to come down. This will do facing here. This will cut it down. First First job is over. Next, I have to give instruction, means job has to be bring it down. I have to set this height. According to the height set, it will come down. It will do facing. It will parting up. Likewise, I can do 4 jobs simultaneously. So if I write a program for this, I need to write a very big program. Very big program. Number of lines will be more. So in that case, since I wanted to do facing and parting 4 times, I can call it M98. I can write M98. M98 I can write. Okay, this is M98, and the program number 003. It means program number 003 will be called for 4 times. Means 4 times it will be called. So whatever necessary instructions required, that I can write in this program. This is P00, program number 003. Once this is executed, now I can write like this. So spindle stop, and I can stop running the program. So what is the advantage? Supposing I wanted to make 10 number of pieces, I need not do any other change. I can change this value as 10, so that I can take 10 pieces. Okay, so this is the advantage of using subprogramming. It is a simple example. You look at the configuration or the diagram. Here I wanted to do subprogram. Okay, so I am not 100% explaining this. Only the subprogram part I will be explaining it here. Okay, so here all the G codes values are given in this table. You can read. And here spindle feed, speed of rotation, etc. is fixed. This is the start point. Means while this line is executed, this block is executed, what happens? Rabbit movement G minus 20, Y 50 means this location. This will be the start point. The cutter will go to this place. Okay, next G00 is at 0 means what happens? In this case, you look at to this 0.5 mm away. The cutter is 0.5 mm away from the surface of the workpiece. Now here I am reducing the height, means I'm keeping it very close to the surface. Very close to the surface is that one. Next, I am starting this one subprogram M98. This program I am calling it. Okay, once this block is read by the controller, what happened? This program will be executed. This program is called in, and this will be executed. Here the feed rate and spindle speed is set, and G00 is at minus 2.5, means the depth of cut is 2.5 mm. Depth of cut is given here. Next, G91 incremental coordinate system. G1 is linear cut. Okay, X5, Y50. So depth of cut is given 2.5. From the start position, it will go to 550. This is 5, this is 50, means this point. Cutter will move from here to here with the specified depth of cut. The material is removed during this movement. From here to here, material is removed. Okay, next I have to take a path. You can design your own programming. Either you can go in this way or in this way. I am moving in this clockwise direction. So it is a circular arc. Therefore, I have to write G2. This one, G2. This coordinate I have to find out. What is this coordinate? Read the diagram. So this is 14.77. From here to here, 14.77. The total length is 100. 100 minus 14.77 will be the Y value, 85.23. Okay, and the X value is 22. From here to here, it is 22. Therefore, this is the end coordinate system. You can define this X value and Y value, and by using IJ, you can fix the center point. So center point of this circular arc will be here. Okay, it is 45 is the arc. Radius of the arc is 45. Therefore, the center is 45 units right hand side from the start point. Therefore, I is equal to 45. I is equal to 45. Okay, and Y value J will be 0 because Y coordinate value for starting point and center point remains same. Therefore, this value, while this line is executing, what happens? The cutter will move from here to here. This machining is done. Okay, next this one, find out the coordinate of this, and you can give either radius or center point location. This will be done. Then this one and this one and this one. Okay, so up to this, the programming is done. Okay, so x5 y50, what is the value? X5 y50 means here up to this the machining is done. Okay, up to 0.1. Next, G00, what is G00? Rapid movement. It will be cutter after finishing this, it will go to the again the home position. It will reach us to the home position. Okay, then M99, what it will make? The meaning of M99 is subprogram end. Once this is read by the CNC system, it will go to this line. This line. Okay. Here G49. What is G49? Two length compensation cancel. Two length compensation cancel. And rabbit movement. Is that 50 in the sense the cutter will move away from the job by 50 mm. Then you can stop the program. M30 is end of program. You can reset. Oh, this is how the CNC subprogramming works. Okay, any program, see any method you can use for making a profile. Particular profile you have to choose either subprogramming or cutting cycles or macro programming. Macro programming, the link will be shared tomorrow. Okay, you look into this particular picture, it is very interesting. So I have got a video also, I will share it next. So this is the dimension. Okay, so I wanted to keep the before machining, this will be like this. Okay, my intention is to make a circular arc to a depth of 80 mm. This height is 80 mm. Okay, 80 mm is given. Okay, one single stretch we cannot do this milling. It is highly impossible. So every time, either suppose I am giving the depth of cut is 0.5 mm, depth is 0.5 mm. I have to run the cycle for 160 times. So that 160 times, so that I can make this boring operation or this circular cavity I can create. Supposing I am giving depth of cut as 1 mm, in this case, I have to run the program for about 80 times. It's all depends on how much depth of cut I am giving. Okay, this also determined by various factors. If the material is so hard, you have to give 0.25 mm or 0.5 mm, something like that. These are all the two examples I am giving you. Okay, before making this will be the solid. It is a rectangular prism. This portion I wanted to. This is the top view of the job. Okay, now while machining, you have to give the reference point. It is very, I mean, without you have to tell the system which point is center point or which point is start point. That is known as work offsetting. Okay, so this job I am fixing it. I will be having a tool, accurate center, that is known as, I will be revolving it here, touching it here. I am setting the x value as 0. X value, some random value will be there. I can set it to 0. Okay, now I can move the CNC table in this direction, so that I can keep this accurate center like this here. Okay, so while moving, what happens? This value keeps on changing, Let us say it is showing 180, means this length in x direction is 180. Now, by using MDI is manual data input, or I can change the x value. I can move the table such that it will show 90. In the sense, the middle point I can find here. This will be the middle point. Let us assume this is the center point. Once this center point is found, you can set x equal to 0. Means this value, this point will be taken as x equal to 0. X equal to 0. Okay, same fashion, I have to keep my accurate center. Accurate center, I can move it away from the surface and I can touch here, somewhere here. Okay, after touching, I have to move it upward direction and I have to move the CNC table. I have to touch this place. Okay, by this, I can understand the width of the job. Let us say, in this case, Y value is 55. It shows 55. Okay, now by using MDI mode, manual data input mode, or I have to, with the help of handle, I have to move the table such that it has to show half of this value, 27.5. Okay, means the accurate center will be showing the middle point of this. This line will be the y is equal to 0. Okay, now I can set that y is equal to 0. I can set. Means I am giving input. It is user defined coordinate system. So whenever the tool is at this location, the system will understand that it is in origin, home position. Okay, if you look into the machine coordinate system, that will be somewhat different. Machine coordinate system, maybe this is what user defined. I have defined for this particular job this as a starting point or origin. I have defined it in this way, exactly middle of this. Okay, supposing corresponding value, the x value is 0, y value is 0, I have said the corresponding machine coordinate value may be 252.3. Here corresponding y value, the machine coordinate system value may be some 140 maybe. So the system will identify that for this particular machining 252.553 is set as 0, y is equal to 140 is set as 0 for this particular machining. So this value is set by G54. This is what known as work offsetting. Okay, now xy table I have fixed. Now I wanted to find out the z value. I have to fit it. Okay, so this is my job. I have fixed it. This here Wise is holding it. Wise is holding. Okay, it's a simple diagram you can take. Here I have my tool. I have to bring it down and keep it as so close to this. Since it's I am bringing it here. Okay, in between, what I will do is I will insert a paper or A4 sheet, a small sheet I can insert. I can bring it down. I can move the paper. So until the movement is restricted, I have to bring it down so that in between job and the tool, I may have few micron, say 200 micron, 300 micron, something like that. So this value I have to bring. Okay, I have to check the Z value. So in the display, Z value may be showing 45, 65, for instance. It's an example case. So if 65 is shown, I have to change this value, set Z is equal to 0. Means this location will be set as 0. Z is equal to 0 for this particular component. Z is the corresponding value, the machine control system, it will show 65, whereas I can set this value as 0. This is known as Z coordinate setting. Once this setting is done, with respect to the origin, find out the coordinate of this point, this point, this point, and this point. These coordinates are already defined. Our objective is to remove stock removal along this. Okay, I should know the starting point of this, ending point of this. These coordinates I can calculate, right, by with respect to this origin. Okay, once this is known, I can move clockwise or anti-clockwise. In this case, I am assuming that I am moving anti-clockwise. My tool will be moving from anti-clockwise direction. From start, this will be the start point. This will be the end point. This will be the end point. Okay. In this case, I have to give cutter compensation also. This shows center point of the tool. In this case, I will be using, let us assume I am using 80 diameter cutter. 80 diameter cutter. If the 80 diameter cutter is falling here, what happens? The dimension will be increasing, so that I have to use left compensation. Left compensation. This will, the dotted line now I am drawing will be the path of the center point of the cutter. My cutter will be like this. Okay, this will be the center point of the cutter, so that I can have the exact dimension. Why I am giving left? By understanding, if you are walking along this curve facing in this direction, this is left. Therefore, this is left compensation. You have to give left compensation. That value is 40, radius of the cutter. Okay, 40 you have to give so that you can remove the material. How many times it has to be removed? If the depth of cut is 0.5, you have to run the program for about 160 times. Very difficult if you write a coding as such. But if you use a subprogram for every stock removal, you can set the value L is equal to 160, so that 160 times it will be running. You can remove this stock. This portion can be removed. Okay, next video will show you this setup only. I have downloaded from YouTube. I have given the link as well. You just watch this M98 and M99. The circular interpolation, because The material is removed in a circular fashion. See this, coolant on, it has been moved. Okay, so whatever I have explained, that is very clearly shown in this picture. Okay, XY table is moving so that the stock is removed. So I wanted to tell you how the origin is fixing. That is also explained in this video. So it is accurate sender. You have to set it here, touch it here. Okay. Once it is touching, you will be moving it upwards and do manual input so that X table, X direction alone job is moving. Now bring it down, touch this. There will be a small shake. That is the indication that it is touching the workpiece. Now this value you can read and you can set. Now it is a manual input. Half of the value is given so that the center point X equal to 0 is found here. So the same fashion, you can fix Y coordinate. Touch it one end. So some small shake you can identify. That is a, okay, now it is moved down. Move it to this place, other end. So the corresponding Y display will give you the length. Will give you the length. Right? Okay, and manual input you can give Y value so that the center point is given. So now the display, what happens is explaining that while touching here, you have to set the X value is this value is set to 0. Okay, this value is set to 0. Now he is moving the job in X direction such that it is touching the other end. Okay, so that you look at this X value is changing, this X value is also changing. This is referring to the machine coordinate system. Okay, changing. Okay, it is 180 mm in length. 180 mm in length, it is touching this place. Now, he is manually moving this, manually moving the CNC table such that the X has to be the middle, means 90. This is 90. Now, this value is set as 0. Set, preset, you can set this value as 0. Means that particular axis, this particular point will be considered as X equal to 0. Understand? Next one, Y, touching here. Set it 0. Move the in Y direction, set it here. You will find out the Y direction width of the job, which is 55. Find the half of the value, 55 by 2, which will be 27.5. Okay, so origin is set at this point. How it is been set? Set Y is equal to 0. You have to preset it. It is a preset option available so that you can find out the middle point as the origin. You check it. This is G54, means the referencing setting corresponding X value. It is machine referencing value. It will display. Understand? Machine referencing value display. X and Y corresponding value. It will be displayed. And the system will understand that the machine value X and Y. So these are all the machine coordinate system. These are all the user defined coordinate system. We are writing program with respect to user defined system. The machine will understand the corresponding value in machine units, coordinate units. Now Z axis setting, how it is been set. This is the tool. It is just nearer to the job surface. Insert a paper in between. So idea is you should keep the job as close as possible. That is an idea. So it is holding at one point of time. It's very tight. Now we can remove. This value is set as 0. So here 64.4 minus 64.4 is set as 0. You can give this value z is equal to 0. You can do presetting. You can input z is equal to minus 64.4 is equal to 0, means is inputting it. Minus 64.4 is equal to 0 preset, means that point will be considered as z is equal to 0. So here tool height, offset and all, this value is given. So x, y, z values already given. So this is z value. This value is set as z is equal to 0. Since the cutter dimension is 50 diameter, therefore R25 is given for giving offset value. Okay, offset value depending on the diameter, you have to choose the offset. So this profile we are going to make. This pointer we are going to make. Okay. So program is written. A program is written. Tool change. Okay. This is tool change. Other setting and all. If you look at this particular position, what is that? M90. Where is M? G90, G54 is the coordinate setting, no? X and Y, how it has been set, that value is taken. Spindle speed rotation, it is defined. And G43 length compensation, Z value is set here. And G90 absolute system, Z300 means Z100 in the sense the tool will be 100 mm away from the job. Z is equal to 30 in the sense it will be 30 mm away from the job. Next one, G01 means the interpolation started. G90 Z0 means the very close location, very close to the job surface. It has been moving and it is rotated 500 rpm. Next, G01, G90, G41, diameter compensation, etc. value given means the circular interpolation values are given. M98, you read this. This is sub-program call. Okay. P112, it is a program number. L160. 160 times the program will be called in. Okay, program will be called in. And these are all the values. Let me play the video. Okay, so the spindle stop. You can see that this is what this is execution is explaining. I wanted to move to here, the point where the subprogram I wanted to see. Okay, this is subprogram. You can see 118 is G91, G03 anti-clockwise rotation. Z is equal to minus 0.5 means 0.5 mm depth is given every time. Okay, this program will be run for 160 times so that the complete stock removal will take place. M99 will make to stop. It will come out of the loop and next line will be executed. Okay, so first run, after completing first run, is showing the machine, machined part. After first cut, 0.5 mm is removed. Okay, so he is checking that whether the program is right or wrong. Then he is running the program for 160 times so that the whole depth is being removed. Whole depth is being removed. Okay, so this is the use of sub programming. You can make any job. So coolant on and off, you can write in the M code, appropriate M code you have to write. So the machining is taking place. So stock removal, you can use sub programming. Okay. This is next one. This is also sub program. So this one you can watch later. And I wanted to give you a good example. It is stock removal. N number of times you can remove. It's a very big, very lengthy job. One portion is over. Call next program. The same program you have to call one more time. Set the work offset value. Again you can run 5 times, 6 times, 10 times you can run. But idea is every time you have to set the work offset. So this is an interesting example. Facing, rough tanning, finish tanning, parting off. These are the operation. So generally tool will be fixed here. In this case, it is a lathe operation. Job is fixed. Every job, 2 workpiece. Therefore, the cycle you can write. Cycle you can write. Okay, it is nicely explained. If you can watch, you can understand. It is self-explanatory only. Let us see that. It may take another 3 or 4 minutes. So this is height adjustment you have to do. M98 is program call 002. So 002 program is called in. How it works? Again, the height, work offset, everything has to be set. This tool is G54. This tool position is set in another number G54. Facing is done. This is facing code. 2 rough cut and 1 finish cut, trim cut. Once it is over, it has to come in. It is G55. These coordinates are set by G55 so that it will be moving in and the machining is done. The parting off is done. Next, this is important. You just look into that. It go to the next line, this line. What is done? G43 means length adjustment. This will come down to appropriate position, means closer to this tool. Closer to this tool. This is length compensation. It has reached the place. Now again call this program M98 P002. The same program you can call so that you can repeat the operation. You can repeat the operation. What will happen? Facing, rough cut, rough cut, rough cut, finish cut. Then this one parting off. It is over. Okay, it is over. So I wanted to mount the another job. Another job means the tool changer. In place of tool changer, this will be moving the job. Workpiece material will be inserted. Again, I can perform the same operation by calling the subprogram. Facing, rough cut, finish cut, parting off. Finish cut, parting off. Okay, so these are all the system, the G54, G55 and height adjustment, everything you have to be familiar and you can perform n number of jobs. In this case, 2 different workpiece material taken, 2 material, every workpiece 2 samples cut, totally 4 jobs. Okay, so this is how you have to append your program, you have to write your program, you can make n number of jobs. Okay, I'm stopping at this. You can watch this video later. So with this, we are completing subprogramming, conditional looping, etc. Any questions? Any questions?
No, sir.
No questions. Just a moment.